I'm Katie J, and your Skyline Scoop starts right now. Good morning, Raiders. We're going to get straight to the announcements. There will be a National Honor Society meeting October 17th. That's a Thursday at 8:30 a.m. in the auditorium. Don't forget to pay your $20 dues by the end of the month. There will be an anime club meeting today from 4:30 to 5:30 in room B21. Now for Weather with Abe.
Hi, I'm Abe, and welcome to Weather with Abe. Today is Thursday, October 10th. The highest today will be 81 with the low of 66. On Monday, October 14th, the highest will be 88 with the low of 70. That's all we have for today, Readers. Catch us next week for more weather updates. Back to you, Katie.
Here's today's lunch menu.
Today's menu will be beef bowl and cheeseburgers. If those don't interest you, there will also be blueberry parfaits and ham and cheese sandwiches. For your sides, there will be beans, broccoli, and a fruit salad. To drink, there will be milk and juice. Have a nice lunch, Raiders.
Let's take a look at Trivia with Joe.
This location was founded in 1959 and has only 12 letters in their alphabet. They are one of the only states where plastic bags and billboards are illegal. They have their own time zone and they're only state that grows coffee.
Here's Keeping Up with Amy and Adam.
Hi guys, it's Amy from Skyline, and today I'm here with
Kelly Colley
and
Miguel.
Tell me guys, what's the creepiest nightmare or dream y'all ever had?
I had sleep paralysis and I couldn't wake up or move or do anything.
Same. That's scary. What about you?
I died.
Was when I was a little boy that I was being chased by the Incredible Hulk, believe it or not. He was chasing me. I ran under a house and he flipped the house up and I couldn't get away from him. And right before he was gonna get me, I woke up.
What about you?
I had a dream that I opened the door because a roach knocked on my door. And I'm scared of roaches. And the roach was chasing me through the house, for real. I'm dead.
What about you? What's the creepiest dream or nightmare you've ever had?
The creepiest dream I've had was I was forced to eat water bugs. Literally just shoved it in my throat.
Just like that?
Just like that. The creepiest dream I ever had was that some people was cutting up my boyfriend's body in front of me.
Tell me, what's the creepiest dream or nightmare you've ever had?
I fell asleep and woke up, and then I was still attending Skyline High School.
So tell me, guys, what's the creepiest dream or nightmare y'all have ever had?
One day I was asleep, and then next thing you know, I woke up out of nowhere, and I was in a dark room, and then next thing you know, doctors was all around me, and I didn't know what was going on.
What about you?
I was getting chased by a grasshopper.
A grasshopper?
Yeah, a big old grasshopper.
And you?
I was in the car, and then I couldn't breathe. It's full of water. I ended up breaking my leg. I don't know how.
Now for sports.
Good morning, Raiders. I'm on 100 Tours with your Skyline sports coverage. Last Thursday, the Skyline tennis team took on Molina High School. Let's take a look.
I'm here with
Miles Bennett.
How do you think we did today?
I feel like we did pretty good. I personally won. There's a couple people who may not have won or been as lucky as I am, but overall it's been pretty good today.
Do you think you made progress since you joined the team?
Oh, for sure. I've been on the team for almost 2 years now, and I feel like I've gotten a lot better. First not being able to hit the ball, and now I can actually hit the ball. So,
what are your strengths and weaknesses for today?
Strengths would be getting to where the ball is, wherever it may be. Weaknesses would be sometimes serving, depending on the day. Some days I'm good, some days I'm bad.
Do you think we have a chance this year?
What's the opposite of yes?
The cross country team had a great season so far. Let's catch up with some of our runners.
To be a cross-country runner, I think it takes dedication and persistence. You have to be persistent, showing up to practice and, going to the meets and stuff. And yeah.
I think it takes being disciplined and being dedicated to what you want.
I think the same thing he said. The times, they've gotten shorter, so I think we've all improved, the whole team. Yeah.
My personal record is a 1930.
Mine is 23. A race day usually starts between 6 or 7 in the morning. We show up to school and we get on the bus and we head to wherever the meet is.
Join the team to be in shape and just do exercise.
I joined the team to get exercise, and it's just like something really fun to do, hanging out with my friends,
That's all for this week, Raiders. Make sure you go out there and support our Skyline teams. Let's go, Raiders.
Here's your trivia answer. Let's take a look at today's A segment.
What's up guys, it's Josh and we're back again with another video. In today's video we're going to tackle a topic that not a lot of people talk about, which is surprising because I can tell you for sure it's something we all experience, and I know I did. Today we're going to be talking about stress in high school, specifically when it comes to grades, extracurriculars, and college applications. This is something that affected me a lot in high school, regardless of whether I told people about it or talked about it in public. I mean, it happened. Here's the simple answer: you can't avoid stress. It's going to be something that you experience from time to time, especially with the pressure that high school and college applications bring. Hopefully by the end of the video you'll have a little more insight into how stress affected me when I was in high school, and hopefully you'll have a couple tips to handle it on your own. But before we get into it, I want to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is Crimson Education. If you've ever felt stress about your grades in high school, your test scores, your college essays, Crimson is going to be able to help you out. If you've been watching my channel for a while, I guarantee you that you've been recommended at least one of their videos. These videos were created to help students make their dream of studying at a top-ranked college possible. Crimson Education's main goal is to connect students with a team of strategists, mentors, and tutors that will help them create a successful college application. Whether that be extracurricular and leadership projects, college essay brainstorming and editing, or SAT prep and tutoring. The best part is that it actually works, as they've had over 330 offers to top 50 colleges since 2013. For those of you applying internationally, don't worry, Crimson now has over 25 offices across the globe. If you've ever felt lost in your college applications or stressed or just want to stand out in the growing competition, definitely go check out Crimson. I'll leave the link below, fill out the form, they'll get in touch with you and help you find a plan that's right for you. Alright, back to the video. So, stress. First of all, I'm going to talk about what exactly causes stress. For me, it was the constant pressure of trying to explore my extracurricular interests while still trying to maintain my grades. I'd spend all my free time reading college application articles and blogs, trying to find out how to stand out or write a better essay or what extracurriculars I could get involved in. I just wanted to tell a compelling story in my college application, and I didn't feel like I was doing that, so it was really hard. I was also worrying about sports and baseball. How could I be expected to pitch my best when I was running on 4 hours of sleep because I was studying for a calc test the night before? High school is a game of trying to balance way too many things. And anytime you make a mistake, it feels like the end of the world. There were days when I would wake up in the morning and feel like I couldn't get out of bed because I felt so overwhelmed. For example, here was a typical day in my high school life. I would wake up around 6 a.m., shower, get dressed, and then study for around an hour in the morning. What was I doing? Then I would head to school around 8 a.m. If it was freshman or sophomore year, I'd be doing homework and studying on the bus. If it was during junior or senior year, I'd be driving my brother and his friends to school and putting up with their shenanigans. I would get to school, go through all my classes, take any tests or turn any assignments I had to, and then I would immediately head to baseball after school. If I had a game, I would get home around 11 or midnight. If I had practice, most of the time I'd be back by 7:30. As soon as I got home, I would immediately start grinding on any homework I had. Most nights I would go until I just couldn't even hold my eyes open any longer. And there were some nights where I just fell asleep on my kitchen table with a face full of calculus. Not the best days. It's just not a healthy lifestyle. I was not treating my body right. And it was all due to this unnecessary stress. For some reason, I thought the whole world revolved around me getting the perfect grades and the perfect test scores, when in reality, it felt like I was barely living. I know I often come off as this happy, perfect individual who doesn't have any problems at all, just because you're witnessing my life through this camera lens. But in reality, I had a really rough time in high school, when it came to academics and just socially transferring schools. There was just a lot that caused stress for me. So I hope to share with you guys some tips that will help you get through the gauntlet that is high school and college applications, especially if you're looking at applying to top schools like Yale. My first tip is to take breaks. Specifically, take them early and often. Although you may want to keep grinding on whatever you're working on, a lot of times a quick break can provide a much needed mental rejuvenation and can make the rest of your study session a lot more productive and less stressful. I was a big fan of a pretty popular study technique you've probably heard of, the Pomodoro method. Basically where you split your study session into like 30-minute blocks, where for 25 minutes you're studying and for 5 minutes you're taking a break. This thing works miracles and can drastically increase your endurance when it comes to studying, especially if you're trying to get through a long session. Actually, I was such a big fan of this method that for like a CS project my junior year, I coded my own Pomodoro like web application. So you know what, I'll leave the link below, you can check that out, it was pretty cool. The next tip I have deals with organization. If you're not organized, it's going to become very easy to get overwhelmed by assignments and projects, and soon you'll be super stressed. Organization is key. You should obviously keep all of your classes organized in a binder, notebook, folder, whatever you want to use, but it needs to be laid out in a way that you can easily access it, and it's not going to get crumpled or anything, because these are notes and assignments that you need to be studying off of. Also, try to use a planner or a calendar, even on your phone. I know my school, probably like most schools, always hand out those like agenda books at the beginning of the year, and they're like, hey, you got to use these, write down all your assignments, and like, I don't know, they used to like check them and like sign them off like during homeroom, whatever. But those things are actually really useful despite being forced to use them. I didn't really use a calendar or planner in high school, but I really wish I did. Now I keep my entire schedule in GCal, Google Calendar. One, it's easy to use and edit. But two, a lot of people ask for a GCal when they're scheduling meetings or events for my extracurricular activities around campus. Also, make sure you have an organized and clean workspace that you can come back to after a long day of school. This can make it a lot easier to study because you're in an environment that you know and an environment that you have control over. I always love plopping down in my like big comfy office chair after a long day of school and baseball, and having my favorite pencil and notebook exactly where I left it the night before. My last tip when it comes to fighting stress in high school is maintaining good physical condition. Mainly this means exercise and sleep. It's very hard to get 9 hours of sleep each night. Most nights I ended up with 7 or 8, but I wasn't as productive as I could have been. But man, a 3 or 4 hour night will absolutely destroy you. You can't be falling asleep in class. You might as well not even be there. The key to getting enough sleep is making sure that you prioritize it in your schedule. Set a bedtime and stick to it. If you still have work to do, you obviously didn't manage your time well enough during the day. Also, exercise can drastically improve your mental health and also your ability to endure long study sessions. In the off season during high school, I would go to the gym every single night from 9 to 10:30, run, hit a quick lift, come back and finish up any last minute study things I needed before I would go to bed. Not only will this get you in better physical shape, it's a great stress reliever and really stimulates the body. My biggest tip though is to just take a step back every once in a while. Relax and take a deep breath. High school and the college application process is rough, but that one late calc assignment or that one B on a history test is not going to ruin your college application. Just realize that you don't have to be perfect. I wasn't. Colleges would much rather see a thriving, mentally healthy student that's passionate and loves what they're doing than somebody that looks like a zombie but has a 4.0. This is my biggest piece of advice for you guys. Just keep yourself healthy, okay? All right, this video has already gone way too long, but I hope you guys enjoyed and got some value out of this. These tips would have helped me a lot if I would have known them when I was going through high school.
That's all we have for today, Raiders. Be sure to catch up on all things Skyline by following us at Skynet Broadcasting. And to make sure you never miss an episode of your Skyline Scoop, you can sign up to receive more broadcasts by texting SKYN to 81010 and catch us every day at SkynetBroadcasting.org. I'm Katie J, and from here with everybody at Skynet Broadcasting, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
It's such a nice day.